Ha ha! We're victorious!
Alright, now let's tie the survivors up so that we can turn them over to the magistrates.
Hey, that's a waste of time. They're all guilty. I slit their throats.
What do you mean?
That's not very nice.
Yeah, aren't you supposed to be neutral good or something?
Yeah, so? We've been playing this game for 2 years, and not once has anyone ever mentioned anyone else's alignment. What difference does it make?
Because your alignment is supposed to determine how you behave.
Okay, fine. There, neutral evil. You all happy?
Can they do that?
That would be a question for the Dungeon Master.
Welcome to the DM Lair. I'm Luke Hart, and I've been a Dungeon Master since high school. On this channel, I give practical Dungeon Master advice that you can implement at your game table. And today, we're talking about the juicy topic of alignment. I submit to you that alignment is sort of like the vestigial organ of Dungeons & Dragons, and that we are perhaps better off without it. Now, before you throw your keyboard across the room or punch a hole in the screen of your phone while leaving a heated comment, hear me out. I totally get that alignment is a sort of sacred tradition in Dungeons & Dragons. I get that some people love it and would never consider not using it. And I get that probably right now some of you are Googling my name to see if you can find out where I live so you can track me down and teach me a thing or two about alignment. So let me be clear, I am not saying that alignment is 100% bad. In fact, in this video, I'm going to discuss some of the benefits of using alignment and some of the drawbacks to it. That way we can at least say that we gave it a fair shake. And then I'm going to explain how I use alignment in my games, because I do use it. Sort of. Benefits of alignment. The alignment system helps define the D&D universe. Good and evil explains concepts like angels and devils and why they behave the way they do. Alignment can even be used to set up the premise of your campaign, good versus evil. I think a lot of campaigns run it like that. And games can be run around the concept of law versus chaos, or good versus evil. For instance, there might be an emperor who strives to conquer the world, crushing anyone who stands in his way, but his real goal is to put law and order in place so that he can remove poverty and suffering from the world. The cities currently under that emperor's rule benefit from peace and prosperity, and the populace there is actually quite happy. However, those that oppose him are treated brutally until they submit to his will. Now, is that emperor good or evil? Or lawful or chaotic? You see, the fine line between good and evil could be a focus of your game. It could be a moral dilemma that your players have to confront. And you could do something similar with law and chaos. You see, there are cool things a Dungeon Master can do with alignment. Alignment can also be used for your players to help determine how they roleplay their characters. A paladin can decide to be lawful good.
You mean lawful stupid?
He can decide to be honorable and compassionate and all of the other things that go into being lawful good. Those are things that can absolutely guide a player's role-playing of their character. I have had some players take their alignment very seriously, and as a result, they've role-played some amazing characters. And I suppose alignment could also be used to enforce game mechanics. This was much more prevalent in previous editions, but it sure seems like 5th edition has mostly gotten away from that. It almost seems like the designers of 5th edition really wanted to get rid of alignment, but they were afraid the public outroar would be too much for them. So alignment is still officially in the game, but as far as mechanics go, it has almost no influence.
Hi folks, me again. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I have an important message from the sponsor. If you're looking for an online RPG map-making tool, I highly recommend that you check out Dungeon Fog. It's so easy to use that even my cat down here can do it. Quit meowing, kitty cat. You're interrupting the video. I don't care. There's even a free version so you can try it out before buying it. Yeah, that's true. I will throw a link to it down in the description, and if you use my Barbarian promo code, the DM Lair, you'll get 10% off a yearly sub. Even my kitty cat's excited about it.
Drawbacks of alignment. The number one drawback of alignment is that it can cause lots of disagreements. Come on, admit it. Almost every time alignment gets brought up at the game table, it's part of an argument.
I smashed the innkeeper's head in. Whoa!
Isn't that a little bit extreme?
Yeah, what the crap? Now, usually I condone behavior like that, but you're like neutral good. You wouldn't actually do that.
I hate to say it, but the rogue has a point.
Aw, come on, that's bullcrap. I should be able to do what I want. Even the kitty cat agrees.
Dungeon Master?
Come on, let's be honest. How many game sessions have devolved into arguments over alignment and whether a PC would do something that a player wants him to do? And do those arguments actually contribute to everybody's fun at the game table? I submit that they probably don't. Next, a character's stated alignment at character creation is rarely the way that character actually gets played. I have found that players fill out their alignment and then mostly seem to forget about it. And then at some point during the game, the Dungeon Master or somebody else notices that that player is actually playing a different alignment than what his character sheet says. It's almost like, what's the point? And here's a novel idea. What if we don't fill in alignment until we're in a few game sessions and a player actually decides how he is going to roleplay his character? And my final point is that alignments usually get ignored during the game unless it's being used against the player. So in other words, we mostly ignore alignment unless we're going to weaponize it. Yeah, that sounds like something we probably don't need. How I use alignment in my games.
I'm gonna be neutral good. I wanna smash stuff, but only for the greater good. Yeah, I'm more like neutral myself.
You mean true neutral?
Yeah, that. I just don't want to pick a side, you know?
Well, I'm lawful neutral. It is the most logical alignment after all.
Yeah, whatever. You all suck. I'm chaotic evil. Time for some stabby.
That's fine, guys. You can pick any alignment you want as long as you're not doing evil things in the game.
But I'm evil. Chaotic evil.
Yep, I get it. Your character sheet can say anything that you want it to say. Just don't do anything evil.
Well, that's not logical. What kind of dungeon master?
Whoa, stop right there. Do you remember that one video where you questioned the DM and got force choked to death?
Ha ha ha, that's right. And we're all out of Revivify scrolls too.
And that's basically it. The players can choose whatever alignment they want. I tell them that their character sheet can say any alignment whatsoever, as long as they don't actually do anything evil, because I'm not running an evil campaign. But of course, if I were to run an evil campaign, then things would obviously be a little bit different. And I have learned from experience that when you have most of your players role-playing good PCs, and there's that one player who wants to role-play a bad PC, who's like backstabbing the good players, or stealing from them, or things like that, people tend to get legitimately upset at the game table. And because it can cause lots of issues at the game table, I usually try to avoid all of that. Unless, of course, the premise of the game is that you are all evil. I have been running my games for years without paying much attention at all to alignment, and so far there really doesn't seem to be a whole lot of negative consequences to it. So in my experience, basically removing alignment from the game hasn't really affected it much at all. And in my experience, when alignment does come up, it's usually used in a negative way. It's used as a hand slap to a player who isn't role-playing his character properly. But who is the ultimate authority on how to role-play that character if it isn't the player? In situations like this, alignment is almost always used to take away player agency.
You can't do that. You're lawful good.
I have only ever seen alignment contribute positively to a game a handful of times. But even then, it was a rather negligible contribution, and in all honesty, those same things could have been done without the alignment system as we know it. In fact, I believe that many of the benefits I mentioned at the beginning of the video for using alignment could be realized without using the alignment system at all. And thus, my final conclusion is, let's just get rid of alignment already. Now, if you want to learn about how to keep your players on track in the game, instead of chasing after every little distraction that comes up, check out this video right here. And until next time, let's play D&D.